Look carefully at the appearance of the Duchess. She is adorned with a horn-shaped headdress. The horn stripes and the embroidery on the right cuff are made by sgraffito, an intricate painting technique. The headdress is decorated with a beautiful golden ornamental brooch. In the brooch, there are at least 4 shades of brown, orange, pink and yellow to achieve its golden hue. She holds a blossoming rosebud in her right hand, symbolizing that she is trying to attract a suitor. Her left and right index fingers are adorned with beautiful golden rings. The shoulders are covered with a white veil, and a deep-cut neckline on her bodice shows off her bosoms. With only this description in mind, a viewer might think the woman to be rich and attractive, or at the very least, a normal-looking woman. While the woman could be rich, but Quentin Matsys has given a completely different outlook on her physical appearance. He portrays an old grotesque woman with exaggerated features. Her upper lip is elongated with a short nose and upturned flared nostrils. The skin of the face and the neck is wrinkled and has become very loose. The most prominent features in the painting are her protruding ears and heavily wrinkled breast. Her deformed features and the red flower in her hand only adds to the satirical nature of Matsys' work. Do you remember the Duchess from Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland? A woman with short stature and a heavy wrinkled double chin? And are you aware of the inspiration behind this ugly-looking character? If the answer is yes, then surely you can give a pat on your back. But if you are like me, clueless and curious, then certainly you are on the right video. The Ugly Duchess, or the Grotesque Old Woman, is a 16th century painting by Quentin Matsys, housed in the National Gallery, London. Many curators have found this artwork fascinating mainly because of 2 main reasons. Initially, it was believed that Matsys imitated Leonardo da Vinci's grotesque caricatures and drew this painting. But later theories have suggested that it was Da Vinci who got inspired by Matsys' unusual painting and created a series of sketches. Another interesting discovery was the medical disease uncovered during the interpretation of the painting in the 19th century. I would cover it in detail in my video. Why would someone go to so much trouble in order to paint such a grotesque image? Research conducted in the 19th century shows that the old woman was suffering from a medical disorder called Paget's disease. This was coined by Sir James Paget in 1877, who found that the bones become inflamed and deformed in this condition. Paget's disease enlarged her jawbones, elongated the upper lip, and pushed her nose. Michael Baum, Emeritus Professor of Surgery at University College London, with his student Christopher Cook, investigated the portrait and said, "I have always been intrigued by this painting. It's fascinating because it is so much meticulously and lovingly painted. You think, why would someone go to so much trouble in order to paint such a grotesque image? I always suspected there was something more to it than just a study in grotesquerie." Researchers use the Ugly Duchess to show the disease existed as early as the 16th century. Scholar Sarah Newman suggests the portrait gives us an insight into how diseases were looked upon in the 16th century world. Dr. Suzanne Foister, a curator of early Netherlandish, German and British paintings in the National Gallery, initiated the discussion about the main protagonist in the painting. to be not powerful and wealthy, but at the same time accepted that she did not rule out the possibility and welcomed the debate. He must have spotted this unfortunate old lady and chose her as the perfect model to paint from the flesh. As mentioned, Da Vinci's series of caricature heads, including the grotesque head, looked uncannily similar to Matsys' The Ugly Duchess. The snobbish Duchess who owned the Cheshire Cat in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland was illustrated by John Tenniel, exactly resembled the Ugly Duchess. Historian Gretchen Henderson, author of the book Ugliness, A Cultural History, says, "When we discover the medical disorder in the painting, we tend to become more sympathetic towards the painting, rather than being satirical about the work. The woman was a victim of unfortunate circumstances. We conveniently use ugliness and deformity interchangeably, and deformed figures are served as butt of standing jokes, with many performers being left on street to beg. From medieval gargoyles to Mary Shelley's monster with corpses, ugliness has posed a challenge to aesthetics and taste, leaving us with many questions." Henderson states the evolution of ugliness has been accompanied by a variety of words: deformed, grotesque, monstrous, degenerate, asymmetric, crooked, unruly, handicapped. Where would the list stop? Unable to quantify ugliness, Umberto Eco claims, "Beauty is, in some ways, boring. Even if the concept changes through the ages, nevertheless, a beautiful object must follow certain rules. Ugliness is unpredictable and offers an infinite range of possibilities. Beauty is finite and ugliness is infinite, like God." I invite you to tell me in the comment section which is the most grotesque yet fascinating painting you have ever seen. If you like what you see, hit the bell icon and subscribe to my channel Frame of Reference, where I upload weekly videos on art, culture and history. And please don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends.